Bruno Fernandes is at risk of once again missing out on his dream Manchester United midfield partner to Arsenal. The Reds captain recently revealed he was left gutted after Rice joined Arsenal from West Ham in the summer of 2023 amid strong interest from Manchester City. Fernandes had seen the England midfielder as the perfect fit for United, but Mikel Arteta convinced him to join the Gunners for a club record fee of £105 million. In the absence of a dynamo like Rice, United have struggled to get the balance right in midfield in recent years. They are expected to sign 2 or 3 new players in that position once the transfer window opens. One name being linked with an Old Trafford move is 21-year-old West Ham midfielder Matheus Fernandes. The Hammers star is valued at around £50 to £80 million, though that will drop substantially in the likely scenario that Nuno Espirito Santo's side are relegated this season. The Telegraph reports that Bruno is a keen admirer of his international teammate and namesake, having talked up Matheus' credentials at United. But the skipper would be wise not to have his heart set on another West Ham midfielder being signed, with Arsenal set to swoop in once again. It emerged this week that the Premier League leaders were interested in signing Matheus in the summer transfer window. The Times reported that Arteta is a fan of his versatility, given he is able to play deeper while also posing a threat further up the field, much like Rice. Should he join the North Londoners, Matheus would have already endeared himself to their fans. Having missed a golden opportunity to give West Ham the lead against Arsenal earlier this month and damage their title hopes. His tame effort was saved by David Raya, and Arsenal went on to scrape a 1-0 victory, giving Rice a real chance to lift his first major trophy with the club this weekend. United's Fernandes recently voiced his disappointment over Rice's move 3 years ago, saying, "I admire him a lot, first of all as a person, because I knew him from the Algarve when we were training together. I knew him already from West Ham, and we knew the qualities that he had. I've always said that Rice was a player to play for Manchester United, and I was really sad when he chose to go to Arsenal. I didn't know if there was the opportunity or the chance for him to come to Manchester United, but I always thought that he would be a perfect fit for our club. Not just for the player he is, but the person he is, the professional he is. He showed me that. And for his personality." Manchester United have ruled summer move for Cole Palmer. United's hierarchy, despite holding the Chelsea and England star in high regard, have decided that pursuing a move this summer for their key priorities. There have been suggestions that Palmer has grown unsettled at Stamford Bridge during a turbulent campaign, in which, despite reaching an FA Cup final, Chelsea have had 2 managers and are currently on a 6-game losing streak. That has all but extinguished their Champions League hopes, while United have had an upturn in form since parting company with Ruben Amorim. Palmer himself has endured a stark dip in form, casting serious doubt over his place in Thomas Tuchel's England World Cup squad. It has been suggested in some circles that Palmer is keen to play Champions League football next season and would welcome a return to the club he grew up supporting. The Manchester-born player is believed to have been impressed by United's recent resurgence under interim head coach Michael Carrick, who could appoint it as the club's permanent boss this summer following months of intense speculation. However, United have other areas they are prioritizing for reinforcement this summer, and with Bruno Fernandes in the finest form of his career. The Reds believe it is hard to justify the considerable financial outlay that would be required to bring Palmer to Old Trafford. Palmer, who celebrated his 24th birthday earlier this week, is contracted to Chelsea until 2033 on a reported salary worth £150,000 a week. And United are well aware it would set them back at least £90 million to convince Chelsea's hierarchy to sell. Palmer addressed suggestions he could be on the move last month. "Everyone just talks," he said in an interview with The Guardian. "When I see it, I just laugh. Obviously Manchester is my home. All my family are there, but I don't miss it. Maybe I'll miss it if I don't go for 3 months or something. But then when I get home, I think there's nothing there for me anyway. I've got no plans to move from Chelsea. We've still got a lot to play for." United spent close to nearly £210 million last summer revamping their attacking options, bringing in Benjamin Sesko, Matheus Cunha, and Brian Mbeumo. Kobbie Mainoo has been handed a new contract, and Fernandes could well be next in line, despite the Portugal international being linked with a move to Saudi Arabia last summer. United co-owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe is thought to be eager to bring in 2 central midfielders and 2 defenders this summer, and has held discussions with Carrick about what is needed. Casemiro and Manuel Ugarte are set to leave United, while Matthijs de Ligt's future is also reported to be in doubt.